14 podcast, and I will remember. Will you remember me? Man, this weekend sucked besides the sweep. Avery, how you feeling, man? It's everyone's gone. Like the yard sale has commenced. How are we feeling?
Yeah, it's been a long time since I felt like selling sucks. So having Jano go yesterday was the nail in the coffin. It was like, okay, Jimmy can go. Like I don't have like a personal connection to Jimmy Garcia.
Yeah,
Nate was like kind of in the middle. I was like, oh, what really could have been with Nate.
yeah,
Everything as a prospect, like kind of disappointing in what we thought he was going to be into what has happened. And then Jano goes, and it's like, man, we're really not going to see him play for the Blue Jays tomorrow. He's instead on Sunday night baseball for the
against the Yankees.
for the first time in his career, probably. Like has to
Yeah,
be right because he's
yeah,
been
yeah.
a Blue
Easily,
Jay.
easily. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he gets Sunday night baseball as the DH. So the Jano one really sucked.
Yeah, I think I had a like I mentioned, as everyone knows in this podcast, I had a personal connection with Nate Pearson and Jano. I've two guys I've hung out with, and I know personally, so that sucks. But the Nate Pearson one, it was never like, oh shit, like it was like okay, whatever. But the Jano one sucks because this is a guy who has been with this team since he was 18 years old. Like, right, he's been in the organization since he was 18 years old. You think of Blue Jays baseball, you think of Danny Jansen lately, right? Like the last couple of years, like that's a solidified guy that you will see every single opening day. You will see Danny Jansen on the Toronto Blue Jays roster. Um, it sucks. Like that one was a kick in the dick, and it had to be a division opponent, Ross. Like it had to be the ball. I have to see Danny Jansen in a Boston Red Sox hat, dude. Like I have to see Danny Jansen like play on a team up and coming team that's going to be good for many years to come. Like it sucks. Like that was the biggest kick of the dick, was it being the Red Sox. That was the biggest one.
Yeah, well, he's not definitely going to be there after this season, but
Well, yeah, if things go right, maybe he will. I don't know. He's a guy who's loyal, likes to stay in. Like I don't know.
well, yeah, they got a catcher coming up as well, so maybe him and Wong they won't want to pay Jano that much. It does suck that it's Boston as well. He's going to figure it out. You'd hope right away and just
Oh, him at Fenway.
bombs over the monster are going to be
Him
super
at
cool.
Fenway is going to be so unfair, Ave.
I hope so. I hope he figures it out, man. I want nothing for the best for that guy, but really sucks that we ended up here having to sell off all the guys who were free agents at the end of this season because the team was that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Jano deal. Three deals obviously were made.
Well, yeah, let's go one by one. We're going chronological. We're going chronological order. So the first one, the first domino to fall, it always happens when I'm goddamn driving. So I couldn't make like I had to pull over on the QE, no, the Gardner. I had to pull over on the Gardner and make that graphic for the Twitter for the Insta, like the one of Yimi Garcia has been traded.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. What do people expect you are going to get for a reliever who has been injured for the last 5 weeks and is a kind of a question mark, not even a closer, he's a setup guy? Do you expect him to get a team's top prospect? Like what do you expect? Like I know the
Just
returns
think
obviously.
about all the guys who got traded. Not a lot of good has happened as of late. Like Jimmy's the 1A guy of that
Yes.
group of three that's been going. Jano hadn't been playing well.
Yeah.
Nate Pearson, you never know what you're gonna get with him as well. So yeah, the returns is like, can you get excited for them? Personally, me right now, not really. Like, let's see how they do in the org for a little bit. Clase is the only one, and that's from the Jimmy Garcia trade, is the only guy who is close to the big leagues. And he spent time in the big leagues this season. So yeah, like I was never expecting a good return. Like we said on this one, we thought Kikuchi would get the most,
And I don't know about that.
and why the fuck did he even start on Friday? Because they have no other depth that they couldn't.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but like, listen, man. I mean, if you want to talk about in terms of just diminishing your value, I think Jimmy Garcia's value held up solely based on the fact that he like just wasn't pitching, right? Like he just wasn't throwing, so his value was pretty decent based off his numbers. I mean, a .68 whip, ERA below 2.23 or 2.4. Like he's been unreal this season. So that one sucks. But what can you tell us about the guys they got for? I mean, Jonathan Clausse, I believe, stole 70 bases last year between
Yes,
two levels.
70 something bases. He
Yeah.
hit a bunch of home runs. His like calling card is just he's fast. He's really fast. But there's some upside with the pop. There like issues with the swing. It's not the best hit tool at all. It's like a bad hit tool, pretty much. Found his way into some home runs. Switch hitter. I looked at his splits. Um, Shitty against righties, good against lefties, which is never the way you want splits to go. You'd rather it the other way because you
Yeah.
face a lot more
Yeah. Yeah.
right-handers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and then the Jacob Sharp's just like a fucking guy who went to UNLV who's a catcher and they need catchers in the organization. So not much on those guys. Like I've never seen these guys play baseball again. Clase is the only one who I've seen in a game, and everyone else on that they've traded for, it's like 20 years old, and we don't know anything about. So
Yeah.
can you get excited? I don't think so. Like we're just there. We're doing deals because it's the trade deadline, and you're hoping one of these guys turns out.
People are so mad about like trade the reliever trades. It's like I genuinely do you think you're gonna get like a Juan Soto haul for Yimi Garcia? Like what do you think you're gonna get? It's just crazy.
The Jason Adam one was an interesting package. Like
But
let's
he's
go
on contract till 2028, Dave.
there. Like exact, you're telling everyone why you get good players and not. Yeah, we've been saying this for weeks. You're going to be disappointed with what the return is most likely. So, yeah, that's what you got for Jimmy Garcia, and he had a fantastic first outing as a Seattle
Oh,
Mariner.
you know what, man? Like I'm not gonna be in the boat where I'm cheering against these guys because like we kind of have nothing to cheer for here. I mean, by the way, the Jays sweeping this weekend just objectively funny, right? Like before the trade deadline, they just sweep the Texas Rangers, who's in like the playoff race or whatever. Just like what is this team? But yeah, no, it was other than that though, like the Yimi Garcia trade was the first one to kind of hit. And then I was like, uh-oh, the floodgates have now officially been open, and Ross Atkins just gonna absolutely let this shit fly. And the second trade was weird.
Yeah,
I didn't did you ever
I was never even thinking Pearson was going to get moved.
me neither. I like because again, why do you trade assets when it's at their lowest, right?
Well, he's been around this season. Like he had been healthy for most of the year. So that's like Nate Pearson's highest, I guess. Like
Yeah.
being a everyday bullpen guy in the major leagues. He had to be out of option years, I was thinking. Um, for next
I think
season.
he might have been, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was next season he's going to be potentially out of options. And um yeah, that's why I think he'll be out of options next season. That's why they move on from Nate Pearson. So surprised by that one. The return, Yohendrick Panango.
Yo,
And
yo, yo,
yo,
yo. Let me say this.
did you see the
This
fight he started?
was that the one in AAA?
I think well, he was playing for the Smokies. I forget what level that is, but
He
he
started a
just
fight.
he squares up with the catcher. But it's one of those like fake fights where they both square. He's squaring up, and all he's doing is backing away from the guy. Like hands are up, nothing else. And then Josh Rivera, who used to go to Florida, they got from the
He
Cubs.
sucks, right?
Like those are two guys who are just
But like
you're
again,
just
again,
doing
Avery,
deals.
I
You're
I don't
praying
know
one guy is good. Like
what.
you're praying for someone to be good here. Like get him through the system.
Yeah, a
Find a little
system that's
gem.
really good at developing players.
They've done a really good job. They've done a decent job of getting hitters up as of late.
Well, Horwitz rocks. Do you claim Erdy Clement as a hitter that was developed here? No.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
do. The
Okay.
A's cut him. If they thought he was good, they would have
Yeah.
kept him, right?
Yeah, that's fair. That's
So
fair.
I think he was at his lowest when they got rid of him. So
Yeah.
I claim him as a Jays guy, and then
Okay.
Davis up and down as well. Like, but most of those guys are
But Addison Barger rocks.
yeah, totally forgot he was on the roster.
They just
Well,
John Schneider just refused to play him. He'd play like Steven Baroa
yeah,
over him every fucking week. Like John Schneider, I don't know. Some of these lineups are bananas. I do love the fact that the Earn Dog in the 2-hole today. That kind of rocked. But yeah, that Nate Pearson trade. Let's make this very clear. They got nothing. in return. Like legitimately nothing. I'm looking at some of these guys. There's one of the guys hitting like 180 in high A or whatever it is, and the other guy, Yo Hendricks, which is, by the way, that might be the best name in the system.
It's
Yo
real.
Hendricks is a rock star name. Unbelievable shit. And credit to Mike Wilner, by the way, for getting that trade half right.
What I didn't really see what was going on
So
there.
Mike Wilner
Please.
said his buddy, his source, you're not Johnny Sources, by the way, idiot, said that in return for Nate Pearson, they got a infielder and an outfielder, I believe,
I saw
and a
shortstop was one of
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah, with very high upside. He said in the tweet. Newsflash, buddy, no. There's not high upside on those couple players that we just saw come back to Toronto Blue Jays. And then he deleted the tweet because he's like, some of my asshole followers, like, dude, they're assholes. You're the one that just openly lied about like your source was just wrong. So
Yep.
credit to him for that. But just a terrible, terrible try. I don't know what they expected, like the fans expected you to get back for Nate Pearson, who is like a 5 ERA guy who gives up a shit ton of home runs. It just there's no return there for you. Like there's just you're not going to get anything back. So I don't understand why fans thought like, oh, I would have loved like maybe a Cole Franklin or something. Like, no, dude, he's a top
Yeah.
20
Yeah.
prospect
No,
in the
of course
system.
you'd want those guys back.
Yeah, yeah. You know what, Ross? You think Ross didn't say like, hey man, like let's maybe get something else? And the guy's like, no, no, dude. Like what? No,
It's
Nate
Nate
Pearson's a
Pearson.
5 ERA. I would like this. Zoobs did a funny tweet. I wish we could see the trade proposals for Nate Pearson from 3 years ago.
Oh yeah. They would have been it would have been pretty great.
I'd like to admit that would probably be a little bit cool. Like maybe like a Jose Ramirez or stuff like that. And yeah, now Nate Pearson's getting traded for Yo Hendricks, who I don't even know who I had no idea who he was before that. But yeah. But speaking on Saturday as well, congratulations. Speaking of bad sources, Scott Mitchell. Scott Mitchell um tweeted that good news for Ricky T per source. Good news. And then doubled down on it. Said like, oh, it's like they're going to second, third opinions. It's like it should be fine, essentially. I don't know exactly what he said. And then it comes out yesterday. Ricky Tiedemann is Ricky TJ. Uh on the July 30th, he was getting Tommy John surgery. Just like, come on. It just
You
like
you have one job.
you
It's to
literally
like
have
have sources.
yeah,
Everyone else can find out from Twitter what your job is. I guess he does some prospect stuff as well, but
yeah.
be have a good source and
Just
tell
have
the
a
people.
singular good source. That's it. And it's crazy. Like he didn't even acknowledge the tweet after. Like he's getting bodied on social media. Like everyone's quote tweeting it. Like the TJ with the Scott Mitchell tweet, all that, and he just went rogue. He went ghost mode. Hasn't even acknowledged the fact that he was completely wrong with that scoop. It was just hilarious. So shout out Scott Mitchell for just kind of hiding after having just like one of the like a just lying on the timeline. Just incredible stuff. So Scott Mitchell and Mike Wilner. One and the same yesterday. Tough one for the Blue Jays beat on a Saturday,
Yeah.
a random Saturday in
Yeah.
July.
Tough for the Blue Jays beat that doesn't work for the company that owns the team. And I've
Yes.
been
Maybe there's like a. Do you think there's a Rogers pays a guy to give just fake scoops to these people that aren't a part of Rogers to make them
yeah,
look worse for the company?
that'd be very funny.
That would be hilarious. Like there's like a little mole that's like texting Scott Mitchell like Ricky's good. Ricky T's
But
good.
they have to send him in a couple good ones though
Yeah,
first.
Ricky T's looking good, Scott. Don't worry, buddy. Yeah. So that was just hilarious. That was a hilarious part of the weekend because everyone was so mad at them, and I was part of it too. It was didn't acknowledge it. So whatever. The sources game's not for everyone, folks. It's not for
No,
everyone. But let's go to the last trade. The trade that hurt the most. And I'm assuming you know a little bit more about these players than I do. Is it Cutter Coffee? What is it?
Cutter Coffee, yeah.
That's not a real person. Danny Jansen for Cutter Coffee, and I don't know who's the other guy.
Edinson Polino and Gilberto Batista.
Oh,
The
Wally.
I've
South Winnipeg
heard,
fan.
yes, I've heard. I just saw tweets. I don't even know if they were like tweeting out of their ass or not. That he's got an electric arm. No idea where the ball is going right now, but he has insane arm talent. That's fine. Then Paulino and Coffee. Coffee's young. Paulino is two, I believe. So like you're taking a chance on 20-year-olds, and that's what you want in return for a farm system that's depleted. You've got some more people in it at least. You've got to make sure that they're talented at some point. Yeah, Paulino's 22 and he's in double A, 113
Okay.
weighted runs created plus.
Yeah.
Um, you know what? You hope to hit on one of them here. The Jano one really, really sucked. I went back and I made the video for socials of the I Will Remember You for
Yeah.
Jano. He killed the Kansas City Royals.
Oh
His
my God.
his first hit was against the Royals. His first home run was against the Royals, and his first walk-off home run was against the Kansas City Royals.
He just the Royals killer.
He's the Royals killer. So maybe in the playoffs that can happen too, or he'll kill their season at some point.
When Jano is buzzing, God damn it, is he a sick hitter to watch, huh?
Yeah,
He
he
is
just
like
it's just party out front, get
the
things down the
swinging with
left
his
field
like
line.
the dick swing that we used to call it. Remember, it's like he's swinging with his dick.
Yeah.
It's just that's the Jano difference, and it absolutely rocks. And I'm happy for him. He's on a good team. He's on a team that actually has a chance to go fairly far this season in the Boston Red Sox. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. I really am. It's just electric stuff. But I guess we can go into like who's next. Who do you think's going to be the next trade we get called up on here? It's got to be you, say right?
Yeah. Fuck, man. He just single-handedly tanking his value as well. Who
Yeah.
do you think stays of people who were kind of on the fence? Chad Green, I think they're just gonna keep.
He's a good like I know his expected stats are terrible, but he has been fairly good. Like
He's been
he was
yeah,
electric on Friday, by the way. He was sick.
yeah, so he's gonna make 10-5 next year. Is he a Yeah, he's gonna make 10-5 next year again,
As a bullpen arm, that's
is
kind
what
of
it's looking.
crazy.
I know, but you're going to have to pay for your bullpen. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna pay guys 10 million a year in that bull. You hope not, but like
Yeah.
you're gonna pay multiple people around that figure. It's just
I believe that.
why don't you just keep Chad Green at this point?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah. That's
understand you're getting a lot, but like you're gonna need to pay a guy like Chad Green next season if you're actually going for it and gonna build the bullpen. If you're not going for it, for sure you're trading him but from everything we've said, the guys who have been dealt right now, seems likely.
I
I think
hate this, dude. I
so it
fucking
sucks.
hate
Dude,
this.
imagine being an A's fan. Anyone who's worth a shit on your team, everyone's like, we're trading for those guys.
Like we are literally the A's right now. Like it's like every
Well, the
guy,
A's
like
aren't even
Vladdy starts
selling.
raking. It's we have fans from 30 other teams talking about like, oh, I can imagine Vladdy in this lineup or
Yeah.
imagine Vladdy in this. It's like, God damn it, we're just like the bottom feeders everyone's poaching off of right now.
And the
It
Rays are
sucks.
selling.
Yeah,
The
we're the kings of we're literally a Salvation Army of pieces that everyone's just fucking buying at discounted rates because their value is at an all-time low because they haven't performed over the last like 2 fucking weeks, man.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. It was the worst. Like as soon as Jano got traded, I thought just how bad it is to be to be sellers. Like
Yeah.
I want to keep the players that I like on my baseball team.
If
Sorry if
Bassett
that's
goes,
what
it'll kill me. That
Bassett's gonna hurt bad
that
too.
that will hurt.
Yeah.
That will actually hurt. But yeah, I guess we can go into the weekend. Friday, I went to the game. Curtis's outfit was the most outlandish thing I've ever seen, right? Like you saw the outfit?
Yeah, I saw him
He was
barefoot.
like sleeping, and then he just woke up and I like dressed him essentially, not his pants, but I got him a shirt and I threw it to him. He put on these gray basketball shorts and just open toe flip-flops and went to the park. And I was like, is he going to the stadium like this? And he right when we got outside, he's like, yeah, I'll be honest with you, I look kind of dumb right now. I was like, yeah, man. He's like, yeah, you kind of do, bro. But that's just the Curtis Widener. If you know Curtis, you know him. He's one of a million. I love him. He's just the man. But that game Friday, the Earn Dog, dude. Are you shitting me? I'm
Yeah,
gonna make this up, but that was his first career walk off.
might have been. It really might have been. I tweeted an insane stat as well that I had to pretty much make up, but I didn't make it
Yeah,
up.
that's fine. We're fine with making stats up here.
Well, I just chose a specific thing. I said
Yeah,
Ernie's the only player under 6'4" to have to throw a knuckleball and a walk-off hit this season. And that's because one other person has done it as well. James McCann threw a knuckleball and has a walk-off hit, but
yeah.
he's 6'4", so did that. The games were legitimately fun this weekend.
Oh, dude, it was.
Starting pit, starting pitching was great, and like you didn't have to use the shitty bullpen that Another thing, it's very, very funny that everyone wants a piece of the worst bullpen to ever be put together. Like they're actively trading for a shitty bullpen.
Yeah,
I love that. But
yeah.
no, like fun baseball all weekend, man.
So sick. Like, I had a lot of fun watching the Toronto Blue Jays this weekend. Isn't that crazy to say? Like, we're talking crooked numbers, starting pitchers going deep into baseball games. Like, what more could we ask for? It was unreal. Like the
Yeah.
Friday game, they walk it off. They come back. They're down early. Yusei's giving up a shit ton of runs. Jays score. Yusei gives up runs to go back to the tie. They keep scoring. It was unreal. Like Justin Turner, I know we say the joke about like guys diminishing their value. Justin Turner at over 500 his last like 10 games. He's hitting over 500. Like he's really starting to figure it out. I'm not sure what team's going to take that contract for the last half of the season or whatever, last quarter of the season, but it was just like, okay, let's watch this team cook. And it was sick. This team rocked all
Yeah.
weekend.
Awesome. Yeah. Started on Friday. Like a walk-off is a great way to do it. Speaking of like the Justin Turner, do you think someone actually does take him? Because I've been saying he's a Royal. Like I think he'll end
A
up
Royal?
In Kansas City.
Okay.
Do you-
Justin Turner is probably going to get traded for international money.
yeah, yeah. For like you're not gonna get very much for Justin Turner at all.
No,
I
like
would
honestly,
love for
probably
them to
nothing for
trade
him.
IKF at this point.
I
You have
think they,
five fucking guys in Buffalo who can do what IKF is like really capable of doing.
yeah,
I think this is the peak of his hitting ability.
I hate to say it, but this is where you trade IKF probably.
Yeah. Like
Like he
he's an
probably
older
should be
guy.
he probably should be gone. Like because I mean, you want to give the young guys reps, right? You can play Ernie at short. You could play Jimenez at
Theo,
short
yeah.
over. I mean, like you got if you're gonna go full blown, like let's let the Buffalo boys play and see what we got here. IKF should not be a part of that. IKF was supposed to be a part of this team that was going to compete in 2024 and 2025 and be like a good piece off the bench or just a good piece to have. Now he's a good asset that you should trade to another team because he's on a 2-year contract. And another team could use a guy that's gold glove defense, pretty good fucking bat, actually, and just like a good baseball player, like a versatile baseball player.
Yeah, I would love to move on from him because it's going to be gross for the next part of the season.
Yeah.
And holding on to IKF at his dollar figure seems really stupid if that's the way things are going. So, like, get Addison Barger more at bats. See what we can do here for a little bit. So, I think yeah, IKF I'm thinking is gone. I think Kevin Kiermaier is just going to stay on the team for the rest of the season
You
too.
think so?
Yeah,
Just stay?
he's like what they're going
I
to
don't
cut
see a
him.
world where he's. I mean, obviously, a team's not going to trade for him. Let's not get crazy.
No, they'll have to cut him and
Yeah.
he'll like agree to sign with another team as
With
well. But
whoever he
then
wants to sign with.
he got banged up today running into the wall, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tough time for that to happen as well. Yeah. So
He'll probably be here forever. Like for this season, sorry. I mean, oh,
he should be the outfield coach like as soon as this is over.
yeah. No, seriously. But I know we're talking about that Friday game. We got to give, I know we chirped the bullpen a lot. The bullpen was electric on Friday. Uh, Yusei Kuchi goes 4 2/3, and then the bullpen goes 0 0 0 0. 4 straight zeros for the Toronto Blue Jays to win. Uh, Zach Poop is not the stepdad. He's dad that stepped up. He's looked unreal since he got called back up. Holy shit. I don't know what he figured out, but he has looked unbelievable.
He does this though. He's in spurts
Yes.
where he looks unhittable and then we'll see in a couple days.
Yeah. And then
Um,
yeah, and then the Toronto Blue Jays, Ernie Clement comes up base loaded. We're watching it in the 500s, and it's just scenes, absolutely scenes. Ernie Clement walks it off. The place goes bananas. It's just the greatest place to be on earth when the Blue Jays are winning and walking it off. And the Earn
I bet that
Dog,
was a fun game to be at.
it was so fun,
Yeah.
so fun. And that's what I said. Like, if you're going to Jays games this year, man, like if they win, great. If they lose, like you just can't be mad.
No.
Like they're just a bad baseball team. That's all it is, right? Like they're just not good. But yeah, other than that though, like that Friday game rocked. Saturday, I was at an engagement party for my friends Charlie and Nicole. Congratulations to them. I'll never get married probably, but it's cool to see other people. It's cool to see other people be in love. And I have a funny story. My friend, I don't know if I'll say her name. She was going to her condo on Friday night, and there was this drunk girl in the lobby. She invited the drunk girl up to her condo and just had a drunk random sleep on her couch in her condo.
What was the reasoning for
Because
that?
the girl was just like, "Oh, I don't have my key. Like, I don't know. I can't go to my room up to my room." And she's like, "Oh, all right, yeah. You want to come up to my room and just
So she lived in that building?
yes." And then that girl was like, "Just yeah, you could sleep on my couch. I've never met you before, random drunk stranger." She's insane. But yeah, I was at the engagement party, so I was watching on my phone. And it was just a goddamn. It was a hit parade on
Yeah,
Saturday. It was sick.
that was awesome.
7-3. Jays won 14-6 the last two games. Kevin Gossman, what more could you ask for from the dog? Tough year for Kevin Gossman. 4.44 ERA. Brings it down to after that nine inning masterclass there. But Justin Turner 3 for 4. Vladdy 3 for 5. Ernie 2 for 4. Kirk 3 for 5. Varsho 1 for 4 with a home run. Everyone was just buzzing yesterday in that lineup on Saturday. And everyone on the lineup got a hit besides Horwich, which is very rare, something you don't really say. But Saturday's game rocked. I'm assuming you were more locked in on it than I was.
Yeah, I was. I missed the first inning, but ended up seeing everything after, and then I was locked in. Kevin Gosman looked shitty, like doing the thing where through four or through three, that's when he gave
Yeah.
up a couple of the runs. It's like, how is he going to get through this? And then there was a stretch of 15 hitters that just didn't get on base. He locked it back in. It was good to see from Gosman as well. Like, obviously we know how good he is. So for him to be able to lock it back in after it looked like he was going to go most of his other starts that went poor were
Yeah.
going, like, just professional. You can take that. And I can't wait to talk. One of the points to some of the pitchers is if they like throwing to Kirk's new glove. Like, what color glove do they like throwing to? Because he changed. He's got the tan inside, a black outside on his new glove, and
Yeah.
they do care. I think like there's a color glove that most pitchers
You
like
want, yeah,
throwing to.
you want it to be aesthetically pleasing, right?
Yeah, so I'm happy to talk to one of them about that. But awesome outing from Kevin Gosman. It was just like clinical baseball game, just made things happen. Defense was fantastic again. George Springer makes a great catch in right during the ninth inning as well. It was like just classic Blue Jays baseball. Vladdy leading the
What we
charge as
thought this
well.
team was going to be, like
100%. Like just
what we thought.
a fun summer win. Like an awesome summer win. That's why you show up to the park for games like that.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. That was sick. That was a very, very sick game. And then we go into today's game, talking about fun games. Dalton Varsha or Vladdy continues to just be on a goddamn heater. And Dalton Varsho launched again today.
Yep.
Um, where are you out here with Vladdy, man? Like I know we talk about this every pod, but like you have to sign him, right? Like he's insane. I'm not gonna worry about $25 million difference in a contract over a 12-year time period and trade Vladdy for a chance at Vladdy 3 or 4 years down the road. You know?
Yeah. If he doesn't get traded, it's pretty obvious that they're going to work to extend him here.
Yeah.
Easy as that. If he's on the team as of Wednesday, I think they'll actively work towards a an extension before the end of the season, at least,
Would you
too.
say the same about Bo?
No, I would not say the same about Bo.
Yeah. I was gonna say because like Vlad, you can make the case like if he's not signed by Wednesday, I'm pretty confident he'll be here forever. Bo, I'm really not sure. Like I'm not sure if Bo Bichette, if he's not traded by Wednesday, probably won't be. If we could genuinely say he'll be wearing the Toronto Blue Jays jersey tomorrow or next year, opening day, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think they'd explore it. Like based on what they've done at this deadline too. We'll see how they spend in the offseason as well. But yeah, like they're going to be looking to trade him, I think, in the offseason at least. Like
Yeah,
if things
I
don't go
just
that way.
yeah, it sucks. I mean, talking about guys diminishing their value, like you could probably get a pretty hefty. But the argument you can make is if Bo Bichette isn't struggling, is this team as bad as they are right now? I don't know. Because we're talking about like Bo Bichette's value being high for a trade. If Bo Bichette's struggling, if he's not struggling, if he's doing what he did last year, is this team 7 games below 500? I'm not sure.
Yeah, like
Right?
I don't think I want to trade for Bo Bichette right now based on obviously he's hurt and might not even play this year. So
Yeah.
you can't. I just don't think, yeah, there's any way he gets dealt at this deadline based on his little injury history for this season. And teams are going to look at what he's done this season. You think he can figure it out. We've been thinking he could figure it out all season. You
Yeah.
trust him to, but maybe it's a hey, let's get him into the off season and think about this later
Yeah.
and try and bolster our lineup for next season.
But yeah, no, it was a great sweep. And my God, dude, the Texas Rangers stink.
They
Like
were
they're,
they were 12-4 in their last 16, like
and
the
then
best record in
they
baseball.
came into the big bad. They faced the big bad Blue Jays,
They
and
did.
they got humbled, brother.
Yeah.
They got humbled. If you were a Texas Rangers fan, like,
I
here's
have
a fun.
I have something to say as
Let's
well.
hear it.
I think they might try and sign Reese McGuire.
The Toronto Blue Jays. Come on, bro.
Dude, he's better than Brian Serven at this point, right?
Brian Serven raked in AAA, buddy.
I
Respect
know.
Brian
I
Serven.
bet Reese McGuire would rake in AAA as well, though.
No, respect Serven.
I do. I like Brian Serven a lot.
Yeah,
I,
I'm a serving guy. But yeah, Reese McGuire coming back. Reese McGuire essentially losing his position to Jano twice during like a
yeah, I was thinking the exact same.
that is
He's got to hate Danny
oh,
Jansen.
there's no chance he doesn't hate Danny Jansen.
Yeah.
He hates Jano, which is fine. I mean, getting cucked by a guy that's not even wasn't even on your team at the start of the season, like Jano just like essentially just taking your fucking job is so funny, dude.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But yeah, shout out to Reese McGuire. Would love the card jerker to come back and man the
I,
bullpen here.
dude, I wouldn't be shocked if he comes back.
Are we talking about maybe a little run for the Toronto Blue Jays? What if they win both
No,
games tomorrow?
it's insane that as soon as you want them to lose, like they sell off everything, the season's over. You want them to lose like legit every single game, so you have a better chance at a higher pick, more cap room, or sorry, more bonus room, so you can sign better players in the draft next season. And then they're gonna go on like a 7 game heater here. Actually, they're not gonna go on a 7 game heater. They have a double header against the Orioles
No,
tomorrow.
the Orioles are kind of coming in limping.
I know,
Tough,
but
tough
fuck.
series loss to the Padres.
Dude, imagine having to fill like 2 full bullpen games in the same day.
Well, Wyrod's going CG,
You
so they should
think?
be good.
You think
I
so?
love how the starting pitchers have essentially said like this series, like, yeah, we know our bullpen shit. Like, let's just try to throw as many innings as possible.
Yeah, fuck it.
Like they had
Let's.
Kevin Gausman throw 120 pitches, so the Jays didn't go to the bullpen.
Yeah,
So
it's good. He's like his velo was fine as well. Like that is the thing that people are trying to take innings away from these guys. But if the pitcher says they feel good, it's the same with the Dylan Cease no hitter. Says
yeah,
he feels great. The velocity is the highest of the game in the
yeah,
ninth inning.
the adrenaline.
Yeah, why are we taking some of those guys
Personally,
out?
I would not be putting my arm on the line for a team 7 games below 500. But listen, I mean, you can't beggars can't be choosers, you know. But it is cool to see Kevin Gausman go CG again. I think that was his second of the year. He went
Yeah,
CG
he
against
went complete game shutout. His
CG
first
shutout against
ever,
the
I
A's.
believe.
Yeah, against the A's. So
Reese
yeah, that was.
McGuire, 59 weighted runs created plus.
Oh my God, no, he is not better than Brian Serven, dude.
I
There
mean,
is no fucking way. Reese McGuire back on the Toronto Blue Jays. That might be my last straw. Legit.
I know.
He
I
sucks.
really
He
didn't.
sucks.
I did not want him to be the
And he looks
return.
like he has a porn addiction.
Well, we know that. It's
Cal Raleigh style.
probably true. Brian
Um,
Serven so far in the majors. He has a 40 weighted runs created plus in his major league career.
but he's a prospect. So we always have that on the back.
He's a 29-year-old. I like Serven. I hope things go well for him, but
Yeah.
I think there's a chance that Reese McGuire ends up on the Blue Jays.
God damn it. That would fucking suck, Avery. Like that would suck. But I guess it makes sense. And speaking about views from the farm, if you are listening to this, Joey Votto has still yet to make an appearance in Buffalo. And this is actually insane. Votto update. We didn't talk about this, Avery. Joey Votto, do you know how he got hurt in Buffalo?
Oh, I can't wait. Did he step on a bat?
He stepped on a baseball.
So
And I don't know if
he's
this is 100% true. I read it in an article, like an actual like published article, like a Buffalo beat reporter like covers the team,
yeah.
said that Joey Votto rolled his ankle on a ball. So he has rolled his ankle on a bat and a ball within a 4-month time period. Buddy, if there is a sign to give it up, that is a sign. Who the hell rolls their ankle on a goddamn baseball?
What was he taking ground balls at first base?
I
Did
have
they?
no idea. But I saw like someone quote tweeted and said, Joey Votto now has rolled his ankle on a baseball. I thought he was joking, so I thought nothing of it. Like I just
Yes.
liked the tweet and moved on. And then I looked on the comments and it was like, oh my god, like he did. He rolled his ankle on a baseball and got hurt. It's how do you do that?
Like Kevin Kiermaier came out and said, my body's not reacting well anymore. I know when to hang it up. My body's not doing it. I feel like they're giving Joey Votto the same signs, but
He's
he's not
saying he
ready to
got one
pencil
more in
them in.
me. He said he got one more in me.
God,
What's next? A glove?
they need to charge him for how much he's been staying at the player
Yes.
development complex
Yes.
as an overager.
Yeah, he's been just he's that sorority brother or fraternity brother that
Yeah.
just lives at the frat house.
Yeah. He
And
comes back for alumni weekend. He's like,
yeah, and
yeah, I
everyone's
used to
like,
run this
why?
place.
Why is he? He's like 30. He's like 36. Why is he still at the frat house? That's what Joey Votto is. But yeah, that's the Votto update. For the people. I mean,
Like, I want to go and make a video of us watching Joey Votto in Buffalo, but he just doesn't fucking
he
play.
doesn't play. That's the pro. He doesn't play. He doesn't play the game he's paid to play. He is a part time. No, I wouldn't even say part time. He's like a volunteer, maybe a volunteer that gets paid. He is
Yep.
just yeah. It's hilarious. See, it's Votto update. Shout out Votto. But
I
yeah,
think we're gonna
it's
see some
lineups.
very funny lineups. I think we're gonna see some interesting bullpen pieces come up at some point here soon.
Like Y Rod. We got another Y Rod. We got two Y Rods.
Yeah, yeah, that is true.
We got you
Uh,
now, I believe, is his
I
name.
was looking at like Mason Fluardi's stats. He just throws 87-mile-an-hour fastballs. I was like, wow, he's got good
Send that
numbers.
boy to drive line.
And I and I looked it up. Like, I'm gonna go back and look at his last game. I swear it was 86. Some of the fastballs Mason Fluharty was throwing. Okay, let's do this here. MLB parent org is the Blue Jays. It was insane because I was trying to like, who are the guys who are going to be the next in the bullpen? Give them the chance. And I thought he was going to be one of them. And then I saw these numbers
80
in,
poo.
in his last start. He threw. This is just the top of the ninth on the 24th. So maybe he's hurt. The fastball's at 86.8, 86.9, 87, 87, 87.8, 86.8, 86.9. I couldn't believe his numbers are great too. I cannot believe he's getting away
He's,
with
he's
this
he's a
shit.
crafty guy. And speaking about crafty guys, actually, why aren't we talking about the Aaron Sanchez appearance heard around the world today?
No, that was so fun. 1,000 walks, no earned runs, and at the
It
end of
was
the
like, I
day,
believe, 5 runs, 5 innings, 7 walks, 0 earned runs, and like 3 or 4 hits. The Sanchez complete game. I am changing my tune. I need him to make at least one start in Toronto.
okay, yeah. I'm seeing it right now. 5 innings, no earned, 1 hit, 7 walks, 1 strikeout.
How is that even goddamn possible?
Yeah,
Like that
that's
that is
never been a
ridiculous.
that's never been a line before. It's
Ever.
got to be the first
That's
one.
good. Yeah, 100%. That's the first ever line of that kind. That's a ridiculous line. But shout out to the Sanchez. I'm saying it, Avery. I want to see the Sanchez make at least one start in Toronto. Fuck it. Unless the Toronto Blue Jays go on a run and don't lose until the next podcast. What are we willing to do if the Toronto Blue Jays do not lose a game tomorrow?
Oh, it's back on.
Series season back on. 5 games below.
Dude, we are incredibly back if we sweep the Orioles in a game
It's gonna be
tomorrow.
a tough one. You got Wyrod and Bowden Day.
Yeah, the bound start's going to be interesting as
Yeah,
well. It's been great,
against
but
against the O's.
yeah.
Against the
I
O's.
have a text message here from Alejandro Kirk memes, and he has an interesting stat for us.
Okay, let's hear it.
Alejandro Kirk is batting 168 in night games and 308 in day games.
Here's the problem. A lot of baseball games are
Just playing at
played
night.
at night. I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do with that stat, but it is a chunky stat for the people.
I would like to
And
see who's good in the day and who's good at night
oh,
for these
that's
teams.
you're gonna be there for hours, Avery, trying to figure that out. Shout out to Kirk Memes, by the way. That's a good stat, but I'm not quite sure what we do with that stat because I
Yes.
do we do we like just can't like only make him play weekends maybe
Yeah.
or like tomorrow. So tomorrow at 3 o'clock he'll rake.
Yes, and then don't play him in the night game.
In the night game you play Severn
Okay, let's see if I'm gonna find this.
because I feel
Splits.
it takes a while. I mean, there's no way you find it. That's a
Uh
crazy stat to find, and I don't think Fangraphs doesn't have fucking day stats, do
no, they
they?
do. They do. Like that's part of their
That's
splits
crazy.
is day versus night.
That's
Um,
crazy, Avery.
okay, I can't find it yet. Fuck.
But yeah, that's just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. So Kirk is a day player. Kirk is a day player. I'm not sure what we do with that stat, but when it's
Just
we
know during the day,
just know
take it.
during the day Alejandro Kirk is raking. What do you got? What do you got for us listener questions before we go into series preview?
Oh fuck, I clicked out of this. I'm an idiot. I will find some here. All right. 41 questions on Twitter.
Okay.
Spencer wants to know what will it take for this team to get to 6 games below 500. I haven't. They got to score more runs than the Baltimore Orioles in game one tomorrow.
Yes, I think what they have to do tomorrow is they have to pitch well, they have to hit well, they have to play great defense, and their bullpen has to really shut things down. Orioles are kind of coming in here scuffling though. Like they have looked like dog shit the past 2 weeks. I'm not saying the Jays are even going to win a game. I'm not saying the Jays are even going to score a run, but the Baltimore Orioles have not objectively been a good baseball team the past couple weeks. They've been kind of bad. And let's win the Y-Rod start, and the Bowden start will just be a little bit of house money. Let's go 6 games below 500. Huh? Why
Yep,
not?
I like that. Also, we should get Kirk glasses. That's the thing.
Yes.
Get Kirk
That's actually
glasses.
probably a good point. I didn't think
Uh,
about that either.
what is the meaning of life from sad Winnipeg fan?
Um, Essentially, I guess like it's just serving your purpose, I guess. I'm not sure. That's a great question, said Winnipeg fan, but I'm not answering that because I have no idea.
Maybe yeah, finding your purpose and
Finding
fulfilling
your
it. That
purpose.
sounds
Finding your purpose.
like
That's the
it's an
meaning of
easy
life, is
answer.
finding your purpose.
From Paul Ross, are you ever able to be half right?
Well, according to Wilner, you can. But the thing about the Scoops game is you can't be half right in the Scoops game. You're either right or you're wrong. There's no such thing as half right. Like if Jeff Passan tweeted a completely just a wrong trade with like half of the trade correct, he would get probably fired, or he would get like verbally assaulted. So Wilner, sorry, buddy, there's no such thing as half right. That's not
You're also
that's not
half wrong.
you're half wrong, and you're just wrong. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
Do you think that the players are playing better because they think they could be traded away?
I think they want to stay here.
I think so
That's
too.
why they're essentially that they're that kid that doesn't want to move up grades or that doesn't want to like go from college to university courses, so he just does good enough to just stay at the
Yeah,
college line and not go above it.
yeah.
And I
Don't
respect
figure
it.
him out. I
I
like that.
respect that from the Toronto Blue Jays. I do.
Do we think that Thursday's loss was a wake up call for the team? They've been getting shit pumped like that all season.
Yeah, buddy, that's not a I hate to break it to you, but that's not a wake up call. That's just a call. Like that's just like, yeah, I got a phone call here at 5 p.m. That's what that is. That's just what I will say. They go on a little run here. I'll believe again. Why
The
not?
road to 500 would be fun.
It
It
would
would
be fun.
it'd be really fun. Am I completely delusional to think that they can get some pieces in free agency to help us compete next year?
I am all in on Anthony Santander. I could
You
not be
am.
more all in. Give him
God,
all the money.
I would love I would love to have a switch hitter in the lineup, man.
Yeah.
And then complain that he's really shitty from one side of the
Yeah,
plate.
we haven't been able to do that.
No,
Like
it's been a
Heineman,
while.
maybe. Wish we could have complained about Heineman.
We
Didn't
didn't
play
really get
enough.
enough time
Yeah.
with Tyler
Yeah,
Heineman.
that's fair.
Um, yeah, when the season ends, how many games back from the playoffs will the team be?
Um, well, 10. If they're anything below double digits games out of the playoffs
It's
by
a
the end of the
success.
season, it's a success at this point. Why not? Let's fake go on a run. And there's no better way to fake go on, fake go on a run than right now. Than
You're,
right
you're
now
so
with the
right about that.
Buffalo boys.
A 13-0 loss for the Jays. Serious question. Did the debacle of last year's postseason, taking
Shut the
Barrios
fuck.
out as he was dealing have an effect on the team this year? Can the team believe and perform for this management group? Please answer with a yes or no.
That's the craziest Ken Reed tweet I have ever read. Honestly, I couldn't believe that was a genuine tweet. That the events from last year is what affected grown men playing
In the
baseball this
middle
year.
of January.
Yeah, like what are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? It was a crazy Ken Reed tweet. Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe that was an actual real tweet. And I had to copy it, and I got a little bit of Ken Reed mentions. People were like agreeing with me. I was like, I don't think you get this tweet. This tweet is sarcasm. But yeah, just absurd stuff out of Ken Reed. But that's par for the course, though.
Yeah, he's the best to ever do it, man.
Yeah, he
What a
really is.
tweeter. Should
I'm a reader. I'm a read slut.
should the Blue Jays buy a bit like the Cubs? Don't have to go as big as they did, but get some league ready guys for the future. Okay, well, league ready guys for the future means they're probably good right now, and they're gonna have a lot of control that you need to give up a lot of pieces for. I
Yeah,
just
and who are they going to give up? Ricky TJ or
yeah, I just don't think they can do it.
it is. I am happy they kept Horwitz though. They could have easily, like I saw BK said, like they could have easily traded Horwitz last off like trade deadline and got like a pretty decent amount for him based off how good he was. But yeah, Horwitz rocks, dude. He's just been unbelievable to watch for this team. I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. He's the
Do you think
man.
the Jays actually need Bo?
I mean, yeah.
I think he makes the team a lot better. Like
Yeah.
let's just
Yeah.
not
I mean, do I
recency
think
bias would show different things, but just don't do that. He's a great player.
Yeah, I think they need Bo. I'll say. I'll come on a limb and I'll say I think they need Bo Bichette, the guy that was an absolute dog for this team for pretty much his entire career, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh we're just a few spots from a great draft pick. Well, we're kind of in the great draft pick already. Would you prefer that or a spirited run with the kids that leaves us just short of the playoffs?
I would like a spirited run with the Buffalo boys. Hand up.
Yeah, I don't think they're so far out they don't get close at all, but
Yeah.
like a fun last 2 months with a
Janos, I'm
bullpen.
watching Danny Jansen right now on the TV in a goddamn Boston Red Sox jersey.
Does he look? He looks cool in I think
He
every
looks
jersey.
unfucking believable. Let's do a live reaction, Jano. First ever at bat with the Red Sox. 1-1 count. Danny Jansen up. Carlos Rodon on the mound. The wind up from Rodon and the pitch. Jano takes 2-1. Seeing Danny Jansen, this actually is like enough to make a grown man cry.
Yeah.
They don't understand. Like every teammate that I know that's ever played with Jano has talked about how fucking awesome he is. Every single one.
God, I can't
Um,
wait till his son's like 5 and he actually knows what he's gonna
actually
do
knows
for
that he
work.
actually plays in the show. 2-1 count from Rodon. Wind up, pitch. Danny Jansen fouls it back 2-2. Yeah, it's sad to see. Sad to see. I hope Jano goes on a little run. But so what's a couple other questions?
Is Creed still the greatest rock band of all time?
Yes, we'll be seeing them on Tuesday. I cannot wait, brother. I
Are,
cannot wait.
are we ever gonna sign Trey Savage?
Yeah, what's up with that? Is there a deadline there, Avery?
Yeah, there is a deadline.
When is it? Like,
I
is it
don't
the
know the
30th?
I don't know the day. MLB draft pick signing deadline. God, I hate that I have to do this one hand.
It's got to be like the 30th, right?
Oh, it's Thursday, August 1st.
Uh-oh. We're
Each
four
club
days away?
each club has until 5 p.m. Eastern on Thursday, August 1st to come to terms with its draft selections.
Okay. Danny Jansen? And that's a base knock. Danny Jansen's first career hit for the Boston Red Sox.
Ugh,
Wow.
good for him, man. Yeah, I'm nervous here. What other teams haven't? Okay, there's like 4 or 5 first round picks who haven't signed still. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's never good. I would like for that to get done with.
Yeah. So listen, we're on the Savage watch and Votto watch. I don't know if I have enough time to be watching all this shit. I got tons of stuff I'm watching. You know, I'm on your Savage and I'm on fucking I'm on Votto watch. It's enough to make a grown man cry. But I guess we can go to the series preview here, Avery. Series preview. We have Wyrod versus Eflin tomorrow. Eflin making his debut against Toronto Blue Jays. Sure, yeah, sure. Give him his debut. against the Blue Jays. Uh, and then we have Bowden versus not announced. Bassett versus Corbin Burns on Tuesday at 6:35. We'll be at Creed for that. And Kikuchi versus Grayson Rodriguez, a 4-game series here.
Well,
We're,
Kikuchi shouldn't be pitching that
yeah,
game.
it's gonna be. I mean, maybe actually he pitches against the Jays that day.
The
They push
old
back
swap,
G-Rod.
yeah, swap clubhouses.
Yeah,
Just walk across. That
yeah.
could be interesting.
Pitches,
Jazz
yeah.
Chisholm. I am seeing pictures of him wearing the number 13 with his hat backwards pregame.
Yep.
And God,
Surely people enjoyed that.
the whites in New York are going to get really
Oh
mad
yeah,
at
they're
some
gonna
point
hate
over
that
him.
shit. They're gonna hate that shit. They're
Finally
gonna
have a
hate
cool
that.
player on their team.
But yeah, I'm gonna say Jays lose 3 of 4, and they officially make us miserable again after having a
Yeah.
great weekend.
No, I think like let them just be a weekend team. That's the
Yeah,
only
that's
time they
fine. Yeah,
win.
yeah. So we can enjoy it.
Yes,
I'm okay with
exactly.
that. Let's
Fine.
win the weekend.
Let's win the weekends. The best weekend team in baseball since the trade deadline would be a nice little thing.
That is actually the motto we're gonna go with now. Win the weekend.
Win the
That's
weekend.
We don't care about the weekday. That yeah, win the weekend. Let's ride. But yeah, we'll see you guys. Like I said, all we can do is just enjoy wins.
Yeah, we're
Doubleheader
not so
tomorrow.
there's a bunch of the deals going on. Unless one of like Bo or Vlad gets traded, we
Yeah,
won't do a quick episode. We'll just wait for everyone to be done and
yeah.
we will.
Yeah, we'll do. We have a pod Wednesday, which is when the trade deadline or the day after the trade deadline.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we'll do
We'll
that.
recap everything there.
Yeah, we'll do that then. So there will be, barring like a major one, I'll maybe go live on YouTube if it's in the night or whatever. I'll maybe go live on YouTube just to react to it, but I doubt that that'll happen. The only domino to fall right now that's left is really Yusei Kuchi, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, podcast dropping Wednesday night. Enjoy your week. If you're at Creed, come say what's up to us. We'll be there grinding, battling. But hope everyone has a great week. And Yusei Kuchi, if this is our final farewell, brother,
We love you.
we love you. Goodbye to our sweet prince. Gate 14 forever. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let's have ourselves a week, and we will see you guys Wednesday night.